podcast that seeks to push meaningful conversation to a whole new level. Whether it's for your entertainment or your personal growth, we appreciate you being here today. And now, on to the show. What's going on, man?
What's happening, Chef?
Oh, same shit, different day.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, same shit, different day, man. We're bringing this one back, though. I like this music.
It's pretty good, man.
Nice and mellow, right?
Yeah, right.
Sit back, you can kind of just listen, relax. Puts you in a special place, you know? Makes you feel good. Makes you want to like, comment, subscribe to this show. Help us out. Help us spread the word. Help everybody else feel good.
Yep.
You know? What are we getting into today?
Man, so we're digging into kind of relationships here, right?
Relationships.
You know, don't come for me after the fact. Where were you when I needed you?
Yes. All the yeses. And that's a huge one. And I think that spans all kinds of relationships.
All kinds, man.
All kinds of relationships, man. You know, I was thinking about it, and I don't know where I was listening to something, probably another podcast show, because, you know, I like to support people, you know, and it was a conversation about someone had won the lottery or won something, and then all of a sudden you're getting all the phone calls. Oh, no, you know what it was? It wasn't even, goddamn, I made that whole fucking shit up in my head. I was watching Coldest Balls with Kevin Garnett as a guest, and he was talking about it was like kind of like winning the lottery when he got his deal, biggest deal ever. And
okay.
How everybody started to like call him up out of nowhere, you know, because now that you got a little bit of, you know, you say, you know, remember when I was there for you, remember when I supported you, remember whatever, I helped you get there.
Trying to remind you, huh?
Remind you what they are. And, you know, I think about that a lot, and I think about, you know, I think about the show, I think about things that I'm doing, and I strongly feel at some level that this show is going to achieve a certain amount of success. I feel that we have things working in the background for other things that are going to achieve a certain amount of success. And I think about the people in my life right now. Yeah. And I think about the people who are going to try to be in my life in the future. Yeah. And it's very interesting as I go through and you have these interactions with people that at one point, you know, I guess you kind of become out of sight, out of mind. At one point you were, oh yeah, whatever. But then you become out of sight, out of mind. But then when you start to get a little light behind you, little light on you, now all of a sudden you're like, oh hey, I should check up on Aaron.
Let me check
how
in.
He's doing.
Right. I saw you on that billboard.
Saw you over there, and I just wanted to, hey man, just wanted to check in on you. How you feeling? How's life?
That's
you know,
funny, man.
Are they hiring over there? You know, whatever it may be. Yeah. And for me, everybody knows what my answer is gonna be.
We already know. For me,
go be.
He's about to set it up. Here we go.
Fuck you. Where the fuck you been at? Get the fuck out of my face. I ain't got shit for you. But
is that really your response?
Yeah. Yes.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay.
That was going to be my response, because I feel like there's a level of effort that needs to be put into a relationship. And let me preface it by saying this, like, all level of effort is different, right? And people gauge level of effort differently. Yeah. And it is a relationship basis for that nature, you know. And I think about like our relationship here. We have a good relationship. We agree with a lot of things. We disagree with a lot of things, but our relationship is solid. And while we may not interact on a daily basis, right, it's not an everyday occurrence, and I'm not at all the kids' birthdays and whatever, like, you have an understanding that that's not my thing. Yeah. But there's also an understanding that if you really needed me and I really needed you, like, you could say hey, or I could say hey, and then we're going to be there, and we're going to make that happen, right? And that's why we work together, we go where we're going. Same thing, you know. I think about my relationships with, like, I have a group text of guys, and I love all of those guys. They're all great. I haven't met them all, but we became friends through this group, right? One of them's helping us out now. Mike, love you, man. Shout out. But
thanks, Mike.
Those guys are always there, and even though we even haven't met, I haven't physically face to face met a majority of these people. They're pretty much there every day in some way, in a digital form, in a digital text, right? And so they're there,
right?
And any success that I have personally, I would share with them. I would share with you. I would share with these people who are there for me throughout the course of this process, because those are the people that if I'm up or down, they're there. They know if I'm out there grinding my ass off or working, putting in that work, they're still there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that they're there once they find out you have a show, or they're there once you find out, like, motherfucker, you don't care. And then you want to be a part of the reward. But when we have to record the episodes, when you have to take the extra client, when I have to go do the hard workout or whatever it may be, like, they're not there.
Yeah.
They're not there for that sweat.
Right.
When the lights is off and no one's there and the camera's not there and the party's not going on.
Yeah.
And the real work is happening.
Yep.
Nowhere to be found.
Nowhere to be found.
Nowhere to be fucking found.
Yeah.
And so I don't got shit for you.
I got you.
I don't got shit for you.
I got you.
I don't care if you've known me since, I don't know, 5 years old. I don't got shit for you.
It's funny, right? I asked you that question, right? And this may or may not surprise you, but I kind of agree with you.
Rewind it back. Let's get some glitter
I'm not
cannons.
saying it again. So, yeah, you better rewind it.
It is permanent.
Pull
It's
it back.
digital.
It's in there, right?
Digital
it's in
forever.
There. I may edit it out. But I agree. And I agree to the extent that I believe, man, if you can be with me when I'm down, then let's celebrate together when I'm up, right?
Yes.
But if you show up, with all this fanfare, even if you come with a whole lot of excitement and joy and all of those kind of things, man, where were you when I needed that joy, when I was back here and I was, I really didn't want to get out of the bed this day, right? And I didn't want to do this thing again, and I couldn't see how it was going to ever work out. And you saw the signs of me needing some support and you didn't provide it. There's one thing not to know, but there's a thing for people who do know. That's my thing.
Yeah.
You do know and don't offer anything, or everything is not copacetic and you're not offering any kind of support. But then when I get there, it was like, I was there the whole time.
Remember when you went through this? Remember when you went through that?
Yeah, I remember going through it by myself is what I remember. Yeah, that's exactly what I remember.
Remember you leave me there, motherfucker.
Yeah, you left me there to die.
Exactly.
Yeah, and so I agree with Shepard.
Right. Okay.
All right.
Let it keep it moving.
Yeah.
But I mean, it is true, but I think it's hard, and I think people get lost once they reach a certain level, and they don't know how to deal with the accolades of it.
Yeah.
And then you start to feel a burden because you remember what it was like for you to struggle, and then you see this person struggling. And I think a lot of people you hear a lot of it, especially in athletes and stuff like that, when they finally get money and then they want to take care of their mom and their dad and their uncle and their cousin and their dad.
And they're paying all these house notes. Yeah.
But I'm like, did the cousins ever feed you?
Right.
Did auntie ever really
that obligation, man, is
a lot. But are you genuinely obligated to those people? Even in relationships, you could have a very successful relationship but have a partner that doesn't support the work.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
And that in itself is hard, because you want to reap the benefits and live in the house and have those luxuries, and whatever that is for you, but you didn't support the work that I had to put in to be able to afford these things.
Yep.
And even that is a flyby, you know, it flies under the radar, but I think even people miss that, and they say, well, that person was there, they were there by your side through the whole thing. Yeah, they were physically
there.
Right.
But again,
Physically
I was
there.
in that thing by myself.
Yeah, the whole time.
Yeah.
The whole time, the early mornings, the late nights, you know, never once did they say, hey, do you let me cook dinner?
How can I help?
Yeah, how can I help? I'll wash the clothes, whatever
right,
it may be,
whatever
you know?
it is, right? Whatever that situation is. And that's unfortunate. I think some of those things, man, those are the ones that you may not even talk as much about, but the ones that drain you the most, right? Is because sometimes you just don't want to have to convince somebody who you know sees you on a daily basis that you need help, right? If you can't acknowledge that, if there's not enough in you connected to me to cross the line and support me through this situation, then it begins to create a whole lot of, you know, uncertainty and thoughts and, you know, decisions now that you need to make, right? Hard decisions that you need to make, right? And so all of those things begin to kind of ruminate in your mind and in your thoughts. And now you're even more consumed with everything else you got going on because you had a situation happening, but now you're also into this depression now because you feel like you're out here by yourself and all alone, right?
Yep.
And so it just creates a domino effect of stuff, man, that continues to happen. Man, if you close to people and you see that they are, reach out. Don't wait until either something bad completely happens or something great happens. Reach out to them right now, right? And just check on them. Honestly, just do that.
Much. It really doesn't take much. Especially in this day and age, you don't have to sit down with your quill pen and send it by
write a letter and get stamps and all.
Yeah, you don't have to do that. It's very simple to just say, hey, you know, whatever it is, you know, can I help you?
Let me break in right here. Don't believe what you see on social media either.
Oh, please.
If you have a relationship with those people, just know that, you know, every 99.999% of the people are presenting what they want you to see and not what's truly going on in life, right?
I would argue it's 100%.
100%?
It's 100%, because even in the quote unquote bad, right?
It's still presenting
like you want to kill yourself that bad that you had time to type up 95 paragraphs and explain. Not saying that you're not in a bad place.
I got you. Right.
But don't talk about it, be about it. Not saying to go kill yourself.
Yeah, I understand.
Right? But or the people, you know, there's always a level of edit.
Of course. Right.
You know?
Right.
So I would
you still
100%.
want yourself to look a certain way, right? You still want to be able to recover from this thing, if I put it out there like that, right?
Yes.
And so I see where you're going with that. That, you know, even in the bad, you still temper it to a certain extent. And you temper it, and this is the temper I see. You temper it so that people still feel sorry for you.
Yes.
You may even be the person who's causing the problem in the situation, but you want to temper it so that it looks and sounds like I'm the victim in this, and you need to be on my side. And then you get all of the, you know,
everything to come on.
The whole hive shows up to defend the queen.
or
king, whatever it is.
Whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Definitely. And that's. I'm glad that you said that, because people do need to be wary of what they see, good or bad, online.
Yeah.
Right. And for us, like even in this show here, right? That's why, like, when we came through this show, like, I like this show very raw.
Yeah.
And it's not polished.
It's not
staged.
It's not scripted.
I would have cut that out
right.
if it was scripted, right?
Yeah, it's not scripted.
And because that's the difference. Because even if it's genuine, as soon as you try to edit, cut, I didn't quite say that right, I missed that line.
Yeah.
Then now you're kind of you're saying the words.
Like if I go and take the agreement out, you know.
Yes, right. Go back and cut that out, right? Then you miss a good part of the show, right?
Right.
And yeah, it's not always gonna be pretty if you just let it be what it is, but at least it's real,
right?
You know, and there's not a lot of that is out here in the ether of the internet worlds, because everybody does want you to see this illusion,
right?
You know,
right.
And you said something else that. This is going to take us down a whole nother avenue, but you said something else that really kind of stuck with me, and you were talking about the way that they cater it to themselves, right? And I was thinking, because I think about therapy, therapists and stuff like that, or psychologists, or whatever it is that you're going to go to, and people out there, they have people to talk to, or they need someone to talk to, or they're thinking about going to go find someone to talk to. And I think about how much of that is bullshit.
Okay.
In theory.
Okay.
And the reasons why I say that is because if you're my therapist and I am coming in to see you because of, I don't know, I have bad gas. I don't fucking know. I don't know.
Whatever
right?
the thing
Whatever
is,
the situation is, right? If I am fully committed in my belief that it's not bad, right?
Okay.
And I'm talking to them, I'm giving them every sales point of reasons of why it's not bad. So how can they help me if I don't acknowledge that it's really bad?
Yeah.
Right. So I'm wasting time and money and effort. Right. If it's a relationship issue and I'm going solo, I can make myself the victim in every situation.
Yep.
Right. And I can, if I'm really good at it, I can cater it to,
of course,
where I can, I mean, I did, but only because of blah, 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 blah.
This is why I did that. Yeah.
You know, and then you're really not getting the benefit of the help. Does that make sense?
I understand completely. Yeah.
So I'm not saying that it's not good to talk to people. Sometimes it's nice to have someone else other than someone close to you to speak to. Or you can come on the show and speak to us. Right.
Yeah.
But it's not a benefit if you're not being honest about it, which I mean, and that's where I guess it boils down to, is the honesty in the internet, honesty we see online, honesty with yourself as a whole, to be able to have that. I know, because
I think hopefully the therapist or the person that is connected to you can acknowledge, because I believe sometimes we've built these personas, we've built this way of living that is on a unsure foundation, but it's all we know. So we believe, like you said, that there's no problem with it, but hopefully there is somebody who can show you kind of the flaw in it. Because if you've never acknowledged, if you've never seen the flaw, then there's maybe nothing for you to acknowledge concerning the flaw. But hopefully there's somebody close enough to you that loves you that can say, hey, this what you're doing is a little flawed. You may want to consider that. I know it's all that you know, which means, and hopefully walk you through the process of becoming, reinventing.
Right.
Because a lot of people, a lot of people are angry, right?
All the time.
And you have always been angry.
Oh yeah, I'm always angry.
Always been angry.
Incredible Hope.
But if you're
always angry.
Always angry.
Always
right?
angry.
You don't like it when I'm angry, right? If you give up the anger, if you give up the hope, then who are you without the hope, right?
Not very strong.
You're not very strong, right? You're giving up your power if you give up the anger. So who do you become after that? And that's the scary part. That's the decision you have to make. That point, that's a hard decision you have to make, is now, who do I become without the scapegoat of anger?
Yeah. That's hard.
And that's hard. That's not an easy thing to do.
It's not.
Right.
It's
But
not.
after I worked through the anger, don't show up and tell me that you were the one who helped me get through
That
it.
helped me. Yeah, remember
Yeah,
when
you know
I
what I'm saying?
coached you?
You remember I
was there
did
for
that?
you?
And I said that 10 years ago.
Now you want to listen to me?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, no, man, fuck them guys. I'm just saying that right now. I'm letting everybody know, fuck you. If you're listening to the show and you're not here right now, in my world right now, fuck you. Don't come to me. Well, unless you're a fan. If you're a fan of the show, I would love to. Right? I would love to see you.
You acting
and
like the
let me
people,
know
man.
How? No, look, because it's true, right? Because without our lovely listeners, right? We're just talking to ourselves, which
You're
is
right.
not a bad thing, but they help the show grow. They share the show.
do.
They do all those things. So I would love to be able to be there to hear the stories of how, something that you probably said helped them.
You said some things that
So
stop doing that.
Other
man.
than that, don't come for anything. I'm not buying you dinner. I'm not, right. But it is because you at that point become a leech. And I know a lot of leeches. I
Okay.
see them.
Okay.
Right. And it's not like they're not going to ask of you, but they know what they can get
I
from
understand.
you,
Yep.
and they're going to just take
Yep.
and take and take and take, and they're going to be right under the radar where they can just soak up all of your, it's like a child.
Okay.
It's like a child,
Where we going with this?
right? They can't really pay for shit.
Yeah, I
You
got
just soak up all my resources
you.
and I'm
You
out
know.
there working hard.
Right.
Right. Damn them kids.
That, I mean, people, the new thing is my broke best friend. You know what I'm saying? They always around, always need something,
All the
but never
time.
have anything to contribute to it.
They always show up at dinner time somehow. They was just in the neighborhood. Right. They know that you eat
Just
at
pop in, yeah.
5:30, so they
Right.
get there at 4 and hang out for a while. Oh, because you don't want to kick them out.
And you're
don't
going to
be
offer
rude.
them something to eat.
Or,
Yeah.
hey, we're getting ready to sit down and have dinner anyway. You want to just
I
stay?
feel like I used to be that kid. Now that you say that, I feel like and the crazy thing is I thought about a story last week where this lady, I used to love Popeyes, man. And she went and bought Popeyes for dinner. And I was over there playing with her sons. We were hanging out with my friends, right?
Yeah.
And she was like, she offered me some food, just being hospitable.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, sure. I'll take some. And I asked for some more. And she was like, no, I have to feed my husband when he comes on. I was like, okay, cool. All right, cool.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, closed mouths don't get
You're
fed.
right. You're right. And I was going to go home and eat.
And eat anyway.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, yeah, I was a fat kid. I loved it, though. Popeyes, biscuits.
Popeyes. Oh, man.
I wanted some more red
Biscuits.
beans is what I wanted.
Look, they give you plenty of that. She couldn't have just an extra.
I mean,
scoop.
you know what I'm saying, she didn't buy it for me. So I understood it. But, hey, I asked.
I'm weird. I'm weird with food.
What you mean?
I don't know. Like whenever I go, like I generally don't like to eat at other people's houses.
Okay. All right.
I generally, this is not for me. Even if they offer it, I generally don't like to. I'll do it now to not be rude.
Oh, okay.
But
So when I offered you salmon at the house, you were not being rude?
Smallest. Yeah, because I mean, like, I'm not really, I don't know. Like, it's weird. Eating in other people's environments is weird.
I got you.
I would rather just eat by myself. you know, and then like, it's always one of those things because like, for when you make a meal, you say, what do I want to eat for dinner?
Yeah.
Generally, when you go to someone else's house, like that's not really
It's
what
what
you
they've
want,
made.
but it's
I
what
got
they
you.
made,
Yeah,
and you're
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I don't really like.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want stroganoff. you know what I'm saying? Like, but goddamn, give me some of this bullshit.
I'll take it. Let me go ahead and roll with it.
Give me the smallest serving,
Yeah.
and then you make up some bullshit excuse. Like, well, I'm on a diet, so I can't really eat it.
It's too much pasta. I don't want all the carbs.
Yeah, all the carbs. So you I'll just take a little bit, and then choke it down. And then if they can't cook, you can't just be like, this is some nasty shit.
That's a different situation.
You know what I'm saying? But you can't be like, nah, you can't cook, especially if like you don't have that relationship with them. So then you just sit there and you got to just choke it down.
I've gotten a lot more picky as I've gotten older, I've gotten a lot more picky.
So it's easy just to be like, nah, I'm good.
Like I can pass it. Like, we were at a mixer last night and they had, some stuff and I was like, where's the water?
Yeah, I'm good.
You know? Let me get some water. Okay, let me just talk to people.
Yeah,
today.
I'm good.
I'm good. Yeah.
And that's what I guess. And like I said, I've tried to get a little bit better at it before. I'd be like, nah, what's right now? I don't want it. But yeah, I'm weird with food like that, man.
I know a lot of people who are like that, man. Though.
Especially if they got a dirty cooking area.
Right, of course. I mean, you go in and you kind of, canvas the area and just, let me make sure.
You got any cats on the countertops?
Yeah, all the cats on. Is the dog in the kitchen?
You got rats. What's going on?
I mean, all of those things. Right. You got the thing is the box. That they
the
run
whole
through.
Black box. I can't. I'm good. Thank you though. I appreciate you.
I have a. We so far off topic.
That's good.
I have a response when I see that in front of a restaurant. I already know that there's an issue with restaurants. I got it. I already know that. But don't show me the darn thing
right in front of your face.
Right in front of by the door?
Right in front of your face.
You mean to tell me
rats is going right there?
They running by here?
Yep.
And I know they are. Just don't convince me that they are.
That they are. And then you look and they got a C for cleanliness.
Right. like, nah, I'm good. I'm okay.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I guess I'm trying to get better. I don't know. I would just prefer to go, not eat, just do what I need to do, and then I'm gonna jet as soon as I start to see the table being set.
See the move to the food. You're ready to go.
Starting to go. Oh shit, something came up.
So what do you? But you like you said, if you're invited somewhere, you'll still go and be.
Yeah.
And if you know the people, if you're comfortable with the people, then you would eat.
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
I'm gonna eat a little bit.
I got you.
Because you never know what they putting in there. They might be trying to poison.
Here we go. I knew poison was about to come out of your mouth.
Poison. You might not like me, and I might have said something to make you mad, and now.
And you just fixed my plate.
Yeah.
Why did you fix my plate?
Everybody else got to make their own.
Why did you fix my plate?
Personal. I said I made this one just for you, and give it to me, and then didn't really let it go.
Trying to put a root on me.
Exactly. I don't want that.
Yeah, let's not do that.
I don't want that. But going back to the original.
Let's go back to
what we're saying. The people that just show up out of nowhere,
right,
and eat up all your food. I mean, those types of people, like, they're around, and getting rid of those, I feel, are some of the hardest ones.
Okay, let's take this to another step, right? So they show up when you have resources that they want.
Yes.
Right? So it's more than just the food, but they show up because you have a need that you can fulfill for them. So they show up at that point, right? And those are the people I think we have to be mindful of at any point in our lives that only show up when you have the resources that are necessary for them to fill their belly, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Those are the folks that agreement that I gave. Those are the folks that are. I'm like, you know what, we good.
Now on the backside of that, how do you filter out those from the people that legitimately lost you? And what I mean by that is, as you go through life and you achieve some level of success or growth or whatever it may be, sometimes life changes, or sometimes you get busy. You may have had a good friendship, whatever, with somebody, and then you get super busy because you're chasing this whatever.
Yeah.
Kind of find out they changed their number, so even if you reached out to them, they're not getting back to you because they don't know.
Right.
And then once you make it, that's when now I know how I can get a hold of this person. And then they pop up, and then so how do you decide? Did they pop up because they saw me because I'm doing whatever I'm doing now, or?
I think it depends on what their intent is when they pop up.
But you don't know.
I think you have to find that out.
That's too much work.
No, it's
So
I think you have to find it out.
What are you here for?
What was the condition of it before you guys, did it part in a way where you guys were just growing apart, or was it kind of a little more organic like that, where things were happening in your life, things were happening in their life, and you just kind of drifted? But is something that could be rekindled that'll support who you are at that moment. I think that's important to find out, at least find out what that is.
No, for sure. I don't. There's some. It's weird. Relationships are weird in a sense as whole, because you never really know. I mean, I guess you have to take it case by case, because I know there's people, right, like ends terribly, but then time goes by and you both grow as individuals, and then when you come back together, it's fine.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
So, you know, I don't know. It's just very difficult to decipher out. I guess that's what this whole conversation is about, is what do you do with these leechy people? But, you know, if they couldn't be there for you, and now
if they didn't have the capacity, I think it warrants a conversation, because there are some times where people can come back and say, you know what, I saw you dealing with this, but I didn't have the capacity to be able to help you through it, and I didn't know what to do. So rather than me sit in, you know, whatever,
yeah.
you know, I just chose to withdraw. Right? Some people, that's what they can't, you know, some people can't handle that.
Gave up on me.
Well, some people can't handle that, right?
Gave up.
And if they can come back and acknowledge that, and what you guys had may have been, I think that's a different type of situation than somebody that's just like, I think that's a different situation, man, than coming back. And I know everybody has their line in the sand, right? But for me, there's a different situation than somebody saying, you know what, hey, remember I did such and such, and there's no remorse or no regard for what they don't acknowledge.
Right.
The drift or the parting of the ways, right?
Right.
And that's that part of it would be something I'd be like, you know what, we good. Because if you can't acknowledge it, then there's no reason for you to be here now.
I don't know. You're better than me. I don't know.
I don't believe that. I'm just different than you.
I couldn't do it. I don't care if you can't go through it with me. I don't give a fuck if you apologize about it later.
They done?
Done. Exactly. Because
hold on. What if you're missing something in that relationship though? What if it wasn't for that point, but it's for the new point?
No. Done.
Okay. All right.
Done. It's a wrap. I don't want to see you. I don't want to hear from you. Don't bring that bullshit here. I don't care if you're sorry. No, I don't know. I don't know. I guess it depends on the person.
Yeah, right.
Again, it depends on the person. You know, I mean, there's always that opportunity.
Are you like honestly? Are you able to how? I think I know that. No, I'm not gonna infer. How well do you forgive? Are you able to forgive?
More so now than before.
Okay.
Right, because forgiveness requires a certain amount of growth and understanding.
Yeah, of course.
You know,
Yeah.
And I feel like you have to have both of those things to truly understand why something went the way it was. It could have been you that caused it and you didn't realize it back then. It could have been they were in a bad spot and you didn't see it back then. I mean, there's a lot of reasons behind it. I think that I'm definitely better at it now. It's not so much. I'm not good at it if it becomes a repeat. And
yeah.
what I mean by, like for certain things. So like if someone just likes to fucking snap and fucking go off on me every time that they're upset, like that's like you're always going to be upset. And if you're not going to grow from, like, I'm not mad that you're upset for A, B, C, or D, but if that's going to be your reaction, you never grow from that. Like I'm not gonna be mad at you for being mad, but I got it. You know what I'm saying?
You don't have to deal with that.
Yeah, I don't have to deal with that. But if it's like legitimately something where they come back, if they come to me and they say, hey, and there's an understanding that, you know, they did A, B, C, or D, or whatever, you know, whatever it may be, and they legitimately just want to be like, hey, I'm sorry, then yeah, I mean, because by that time I probably forgot about it anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, cool. I'm glad it works for you, and I'm glad that, you know, you've brought that to me, you know, and I can't guarantee that we can continue forward.
I got you.
Based off of that, right? Because it's my relationship.
And it just depends on the person.
Yeah.
If you're willing to or not.
100%. It definitely depends on the person. Like what impact did they have on my life?
Of
right?
course.
Full circle back around to this, the people that are in my life, you know, you, the guys, whatever, blah, 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 yada, yada. All those people, they're here now, they're here in the process, whether they're actively present, not present, halfway present, they're still there.
Yeah.
And I can forgive whatever happens or move forward whatever happens because we're working on that.
Yeah, I got you.
If you didn't have an impact, you're not helping, you're not contributing, you're not supporting, I have nothing for you, honestly.
Got it. And I think that's okay. I not that you have to have my my check of approval on it, but I mean, you know, I believe that everybody has their way of protecting their own peace.
Yep.
You know, and not reliving certain situations that didn't bring them any joy or any forward advancement. And so everybody has their choice, man.
Hey, make smart choices, people.
Let's do it.
Make smart choices.
Yeah.
What's going on, guys? Hope you like the show. Appreciate y'all listening, but we need something from you.
Yeah, man, we need you to like, comment, and subscribe. We want to know what you like about the show so that we can continue to create relevant content for you.
Appreciate it.